Hey everybody, I wanted to do something of a different video here about Total War Warhammer. This is actually a replay of a battle that I had with my vampires in a vampire campaign that I've been playing on my off time, I suppose, or offline essentially. And I wanted to bring up how powerful the lords and heroes are in Total War Warhammer. Because you can see right here, now what has happened in this campaign is currently my main force, which was this army right here. It consists of a group of vampires. We have the Vampire Lord, Bruno the Revenant. We've got Elise von Karstein, Sophie the Reaper, Waldemir the Undying. He's a, what are they called? White King. We've got Zelda the Reaper, Sasha the Reaper, Jacob the Undying, Guinevere the Reaper, Isolode the Savage, a few Cairn Wraiths, and a few Crypt Horrors. These were all that survived of the army. As you can see, they have super high XP. This was a super powerful army. But then I was attacked by both Archeon and the Lord of Change. And unfortunately, I couldn't beat them both in the field. So everyone was defeated and I retreated. They, of course, caught me again, and so I fought it out. And I'm going to basically show you how this mission goes. So we're just going to play it now. I'm just going to speed up the time a little bit at the beginning. But you can see everyone's health currently, correct? So as this battle begins, it's going to take quite a while. This mission takes about 16 minutes, as you can see. I'm obviously going to fast forward, but what I do is the first thing I do is I toe the edge of the board, and I start using my built-in abilities on my vampires, as well as using my Vampire Lord to start healing the two White Kings. I send what remains of my army off. They're going way up here to basically act as a distraction, because the vampires actually have a built-in ability to heal themselves, as you can see here. Now, they can only do it when their leadership is high, but obviously, as the fight begins, my leadership is certainly going to be quite high. So this goes on for a while. You can see that the Chaos Force is way out here. I'm super outnumbered. Like, it is ridiculous. We've got two full armies of warriors there. We've got Archeon, the Ever-Chosen. You know what? I'll pause it right now, just so we can go over how much it is. We've got a unit of armored or chaos trolls. We've got halberdiers. We've got warriors. We've got halberds. We have a bunch of chaos knights. We have more chaos warriors. Over here we have chaos chariots, and in the background we actually have a collection of 5 hell cannons that are also there. And once again, you can see I believe I have 9 heroes altogether. If that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do have 9. That's what I thought. And then, of course, my my small force that... Oh, and look, there's another unit of Chaos Knights that is already engaged on my Cairn Wraiths. And it looks like they've already actually killed the Crypt Horrors further up. So, let's go back to keeping this going at double speed. His cannons hit a few of his own guys, which is unfortunate for him, but obviously that's not enough to win a battle. And as you can see here, he's actually got a number of different groups of trolls. Looks like 3 different sets. So as we swing back, though, and we look at our heroes, we can see now that my army's gotten up to about half health. So all of these people were at 1 health when this started. They were all right at the bottom. And you can see, once again, he starts casting spells at me, and I decide I'm going to charge in. So the battle begins. And so the vampires there, you can see they've kind of collected in the middle as these Chaos Knights attack. And obviously they can't wrap around me because I'm shoved up against the invisible wall that is the edge of the battlefield. But look at them just obliterate. Chaos Knights are the end tier, like they're one of the end tier things for Warriors of Chaos. And here we have a collection of little heroes. Now I'm quite high level at this point. I don't recall what it is. I think it's like 16 or 15 or something like that. So they're quite well buffed up and pretty devastating. So this unit actually breaks as we bring up the stats again. So they've broken and fled. Now, obviously, I want to try and kill them if I can, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. And the hell cannons are now hitting my guys directly, so you can see my melee specialist here is getting pretty messed up. My whole army gets pretty messed up. Well, my whole hero posse. And there you can see another little flourishing kill. And there it is. We actually make them flee off the map. So we've defeated them. And now you can see that the rest of the army is now incoming. So we'll speed this up as the charge closes in. And so once again, I line up against the edge of the map, and the trolls hit. They, of course, clobber my heroes, knocking them down. I start proccing all of my abilities. Archaon himself comes in, and he does a big spell to buff all of his troops. And I basically get shoved up against the wall here. And so here it is. His entire army is now hitting in against my little line of 9 heroes. You can see them all pushed back, and they just start taking hits. But a few of them get to swing back, and you can see it throws back a number of Chaos Warriors. She gets a stab, knocks a few down, a couple more stabs. And here we are. This is how the fight goes. So once again, I'm cornered up against the wall here. Let's take a look at the health on my army at the moment. So you can see here, some of my characters are pretty low. I don't know if there's a way that I can bring up all of my health bars, but oh, there you go. You can see them right at the top here. So a few of them are actually back at full, or very close to it. Now, some are almost dead, but that is the way she goes. I do believe one of the vampires doesn't actually have the ability to heal yet, and so she, I think, goes down in the fight, or at least would eventually. Now, obviously, I'm trying to do everything I can to keep everyone together. His forces shove mine directly into the center. And so I'm going to just speed this up a little bit because, well, you'll see how long this goes on for. So his entire army's attacking. Archaon is standing there. Now, I recognize that Archaon is there at this point, and I start trying to get everyone to attack him. I believe one of my heroes has died now, but everyone I can. Once again, they're healing. He does massive buffs to buff his whole army. He has Archaon himself. I think he was level 22 or 23. His chariots just start cycle charging, coming in, hit me again. Archaon's trying to run away because I believe he's pretty hurt right now. Yeah, he's down to about 600. Everyone is now like climbing on top of each other where that stuck together, but Archaon is still getting hurt. Obviously, he's using Cascading Fire Cloak to get a bunch of bonus damage against me, and he has the Kindle Flare bonus, so he does additional fire damage on top of that. But I'm still alive. I'm actually doing quite well. The health bars that you see that are the lowest are actually the 2 White Kings, because they are unable to self-heal. But here we go, continuing. Like, this is what I meant as far as how ridiculous the heroes can get in this game. And so Archaon is in the middle there. I'm doing everything I can to try and break him. Now, vampires, of course, are a bit better because they won't actually run away. But another advantage they have is the vampire hero, the Lord level, sorry, has an ability that will essentially reset your leadership. It'll give you a big leadership boost. Now here we've killed Archaon, and his whole army starts to waver. Now that Archaon's dead, and then his cannons actually get a spot on me, so they start shooting in, but it ends up hurting him more than it hurts me. And there it is. The entire Chaos Army routs, except for the cannons. Obviously, most of my heroes are actually at full health as we come out of this, and I'm still healing as I charge towards his cannons. And so he gets a ton of shots at me, shooting everything he has. But it's not really that useful. I did have a ring of Ruby, or Ruby Ring of Ruin, so I could shoot a few fireballs as I was running in. But yeah, he shoots me directly with cannons, hell cannons at point blank, and it doesn't help him because I just closed the gap anyway. A few of mine get slowed down a little bit, but here we go. So even this one, who ran right in there, that's the leader of my army, my lord, and then he just heals himself. And he's like, oh, back at 300, and then he heals because he's in combat. Because he's, of course, a vampire. And that is how the battle goes. The last 20 seconds are them destroying it. So that was the fight there between a vampire team of essentially 9 1 HP heroes against an entire Chaos Army. Leave a comment down below what you think of that kind of balance. That's basically it. One caveat I did have a mod on the vampires. It was one of the reskin mods. So if you're wondering why the profile pictures were a little different, I don't know if they came up, but if they did, that's what that is. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you in more playthroughs and just commentary on the game. Have a good one.